But is it McCabe's? McCabe's? I can't even
McCabe's.
say it. Okay.
McCabe's.
How did that come about? Now, I was reading you were like going in there checking out the guitars. Did you have
Yeah.
any idea you were going to do a album from it or anything?
No, actually no. It was just they asked me to just play a show in their back room, and turns out it's kind of a famous little back room where a lot of people go and play. And I said, sure, it'd be fun, because I was living in LA at the time temporarily for doing Jerry Maguire work. And so I figured it'd be fun, something to do,
Yeah.
And so I rehearsed a bunch and played about a 2-hour set twice in that one night. And I brought a blank DAT with me and said, hey, you, turn this on, So the whole thing was just on a DAT. And then later I just gave it to some friends for the archives.
Yeah.
And they liked it, They said, you should release that. So,
Voila.
yeah. Then, Epic was like, okay, let's do it. So this is really great.
So you're doing like a radio tour now or something, or a little rehearsal?
Doing...
Because you're on Howard Stern. And
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of press while I'm doing the shows.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, I really enjoyed the album itself. I got into the Love Mongers a little bit,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
wondered what happened there. And then you've had a couple of solo CDs out, and this is your third. Is that right? Way off there.
No, this is the only one.
Ah, okay.
Me by myself.
Maybe I'm thinking of the projects or something.
But I've had like a song in a movie,
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire. I had a song in Say Anything, the one where he holds up the boombox.
Yeah.
That movie. That movie.
I love that
I had
movie.
the song at the end of that movie, and I worked on that score as well. With, actually, as a matter of fact, Ann Dudley, who scored The Full Monty recently, and she got a Grammy for that.
Yeah, that was great.
That was very cool. Really good scoring.
Now, a lot of the songs that you do, or some of the songs, are they influences of yours? The ones the covers that you do, like In Your
Oh,
Eyes, like
definitely.
Peter Gabriel and
Yeah.
Joni Mitchell. And
Paul
I
Simon.
love the Paul Simon. Like
I know.
Kathy's song.
I know. That was one of the first songs I ever loved and learned. And, Simon and Garfunkel was really big to me as far as like stylistically how I kind of learned all those finger picking techniques, and mostly from those records and the Beatles songs, songwriting. And so, yeah, mostly by imitation. I had a few piano lessons along the way, but the reading part of it never really stuck with me too well.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Yeah, it's like
That's
a
the
language.
study kind of thing. Yeah.
You have to use it or you lose it.
Right. Who are some other influences that you've had?
Definitely Led Zeppelin, huge influence on Heart. But yeah, Jimmy Page would just they'd do songs like The Rain Song or Going to California or Battle of Evermore, which is the reason I ever picked up a mandolin. And then they would just rock, too. So it was all of that. Oh, it's down the hall to the left. So Zeppelin definitely, Elton John, massive influence. Pete Townsend and Neil Young and Joni Mitchell and just all the English bands and like the Moody Blues. And
Who do you like now that's out there? I mean, what style do you listen to the most, would you say?
I'm way into like Lucinda Williams, and I love that album.
Yeah.
I love that album. She remade that a few times,
Did she?
and it sounds so good. Songs are killer.
Yeah. He's really talented.
Attitude,
Yeah, got the whole thing
great
going on.
writing.
Yeah.
And then I love Radiohead.
Do you?
OK Computer, love that record. And I'm way into Sean Colvin's stuff.
Oh.
Just I wear that.
He's incredible.
I wore out a few small repairs. I wore out that
Did
CD.
you?
They say you can't do it, but I did it. Yeah, and there's a lot of cool bands, like good songs right now, here and there.
How do you decide, like what's on the McCabe's selection? How do you decide like which ones you're going to do when you're performing?
Well, it was hard to narrow it down because, I knew I wanted to do some heart songs.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, at least one sort of more rockin' heart song. So I figured Even It Up would be good because it was originally going to be an acoustic instrumental piece. And then it turned into a big rock song. And then Angels I wanted to do because I just love that song. And kind of, coveted the chance to sing it.
Yeah.
Too. Although, a lot of the songs that I went for, it wasn't quite as, able to sing and play. I mean, singing and playing Even It Up at first was kind of challenging.
I would think so with the rhythm of
A
that,
lot
right?
going on.
Like,
It's a handful. It's a brainful.
Yeah. Even
but
in your eyes. Seems
yeah,
like that might be a
it's
little
very
bit of a
rhythmic,
challenge.
very rhythmic, and so, and then it was, I narrowed it down to like 2 hours for the show, and then for the CD, I had to narrow it down to further. So it was, some of my own original stuff got booted off of the CD, which hopefully will end up on a studio record.
Yeah.
But I'll do a couple of the other new ones tonight.
What else are you still working on other projects with other groups or producing or movie scores? Or?
Yeah, I'm working on some scoring and some music for my husband's new movie, which is they're casting for right now. And, I've got a few different songs that are being, I wound up with a scoring agent at CAA just to kind of look around for like the perfect other scoring projects, that are more guitar-based type work. And so I'm looking for that. And then the main thing next, though, is Ann and I are going out, just the two of us this summer.
Oh, great.
Just only the two of us, no band.
Great.
For the first time, really, except a couple of benefits we've done, but because she plays bass in the Lovemongers and guitar and in the Lovemongers and flute, and I can play different stuff.
How
She
you
plays
guys
piano.
started.
She plays a little. We both play a little piano
Like
here and
playing
there.
at school again.
Yeah, like when we first started out as little kids, we were like pretending. It was like if we pretend like we're the Beatles, then eventually you sort of know what you're doing and pretend like we can write songs. And
So she kind of, I watched the VH1 Behind the Music they had
Yeah.
on you guys, and I was like, all right, because this is just me, but it seems like you guys haven't gotten the respect as the rock queens that you should. To me,
Rock
whenever you
divas.
see like women in rock, it's like sometimes they exclude.
They pass us
you,
up a lot.
and I don't understand that.
They pass us over a lot. I think it's because we always stuck in Seattle.
Yeah,
We never moved to LA.
didn't do the scene.
Yeah, so we don't go to the parties and rub the shoulders and rub the elbows with everybody. And I think that's a lot of it.
I love you for that.
We just stayed home,
I just never understood it because
'Cause,
I've
I
always
mean,
been like,
might as
where
well.
are they? Where are they?
I know.
How come they're doing these divas things?
But it's funny because one of my theories about all that too is like you have lifespans, and in between your lifespans there's always the quarantine time where you're uncool for a while.
Yeah.
And then like with this VH1 thing now, it's sort of like, oh,
You're back again.
they're cool again.
Yeah.
So now we're approaching, I don't know, legend status or something.
Does that make you feel old?
Oh, no, I don't care.
You just had a birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
45.
Did you do anything special to celebrate?
Yeah,
talking
well, I
about?
played the Bottom Line in New York.
Oh, that's
that was
good.
good. Two shows
That'll
in
do
that
it.
2 shows in that one night, and the whole audience sang "Happy Birthday" to
Oh,
me.
that is neat.
On one of the shows, the other show, they brought a cake out right in the middle.
Yeah.
It's like, because I was pretty comfortable playing in that room, but then, they bring the cake out and sing "Happy Birthday," and that's when I got embarrassed.
Yeah.
It's like, that's when I was self-conscious.
Because everybody's really looking
I
now.
was like, oh, your face turns red.
Do you have any regrets in life? That's a weirdo question, but do
Well-
you look back and
No, I mean, there's a lot of things I wouldn't have done if I'd
Yeah.
been smarter, stupid things. But I don't know, all the stuff that happens, or that you do wrong. I don't know. I'm not a person that thinks everything's meant to happen necessarily, but I think everything that does happen is there to learn from. You learn from everything. And you have to kind of, do some really stupid stuff to be smart.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Put it simply.
And would you have any words of advice for young women or any musician?
Yeah.
Any sort of ways to live by?
Well,
Words to live by.
my-
It doesn't have to be,
my
musician
joke
advice.
always is, I'd turn back if I were you. Like in The Wizard of Oz, they see the sign going into this forest, the dark, scary forest. But no, I mean, I guess mainly, if you're going to do something, you have to really be burning up with passion for it to really, if you really want to do it, then you should do it. But if you're kind of like, well, maybe I'll just kind of do it and see what happens, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because, you just have to really commit. Because, there's a lot of people that get in there and they have some success and they're not even cut out for it. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. And I guess my main, if there was a wise old owl thing I could say, it would be keep your sense of humor, because it's your best defense mechanism if you're in the business, which right now is not a good time to come into
Why is that?
because of all the all of the mergers that just happened. So yeah, if you're just trying to get find somebody and put your record into a record, get a deal right now, it might not be the best time. I might hold on to it until some of the independents come back up from underneath,
Yeah.
where there's going to be more development money again for new artists.
Do you have any not babies? God, do you have any pet projects that you've done in the past, like
Baby project?
Yeah, that you can like a song that you wrote or a project that you worked on. That's something that you really look back on and go, yeah, I'm so proud of that.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, there's songs that have happened along the way that are just like friends, that are still there. And like, as a songwriter, I'd say Mistral Wind was
Oh yeah.
really kind of a moment where the music and the lyrics just really describe each other. And even though it's slightly mysterious, it really says what it's supposed to say, and in kind of a 70s way, but still, to me, that's like the perfect heart song, because it's poetic, but it's acoustic, but then it totally rocks, but then it's poetic, and
Yeah.
it has all the things that are heart.
Is there any like spirituality behind any of those songs? Kind of bohemian, the Little Queen,
Totally.
you know.
Oh yeah, I
Is there
mean,
anything?
we've never been any kind of fixed dogmatic religious type people, but definitely very spiritual and kind of philosophical, and yeah, we always try to instill that in our songs, because if there's anything you can do right, it's to uplift humanity somehow, and not just be sort of a shallow, trendy user,
Yeah. That's good. And
money-making user.
what is Anne up to now?
Well, Anne is practicing at home, practicing singing and playing, because she knows about the summer tour. And she's like, oh my God, I've got to practice my guitar. And
She adopted a daughter, or how many?
she has a daughter and a new who's 8. I'm sorry, and a new adopted son
Oh, that's
who's
great.
just like 9 months,
Oh.
and they're just great kids.
Yeah.
It's just really cool. And we've been writing some new stuff too for the summer tour.
Okay.
So we'll do heart songs, and then we'll do in new ways, and then we'll do new songs and some covers.
All right. Well, can I have you do one thing where you say, I'm Nancy Wilson and this is Pam Thrash?
Okay.
You know, I guess, yeah, you should just say that.
Okay.
I'm Nancy Wilson and this is Pam Thrash on B97.
Okay.
Our station.
Okay. Hey, I'm Nancy Wilson, and you're hanging with Pam Thrash on B97.
That's perfect. And then do it again and say Pam and Kevin, because I have to include him in there.
Okay. Hi, this is Nancy Wilson. You're with Pam and Kevin on B97.